Are you ready to go? Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh my God. Can you hear me? Hello, welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked live stream. Thank you, people out there. Thank you, Janet and Joodles and MCAVB. Who is MCAVB-TV? You can tell us who you are. Darklands, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Darklands is here, and Six Badges and Janet. All the beautiful women come in early because they want to be with Lewis Schaffer, who's an internationally famous TV celebrity and film. Today I was on a film, whether I'm used or not. I don't even know if I can explain what it was. Am I allowed to put out pictures of it? I guess I'm allowed to tell people. Which way does this go? I can't tell. MC Scott. That's MC Scott's thing. Okay, there you go. Alan Williams. Earthlings, your planet's scheduled demolition has been delayed until after the weekend due to unforeseen circumstances. Please enjoy your puny human lives while they last. Yes, exactly. Your name changed again. Okay. I accept that. I accept all change. I'm older. The world is coming to an end this weekend. Did I sign an NDA? Probably, yeah. Probably I did sign an NDA. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'm not allowed to publish anything, so whatever I tell you here, do not go and write, oh, Lewis Schaffer's working on this. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do that. What do you think? Anybody's got a... What do you think, Joodles? I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Am I allowed to say where I went to work? That I went to Shepperton. I'm in Shepperton, the big studio there, which now is a big studio. It never was a big studio. It was a smallish studio, Shepperton, and now they've got a whole area. It's like Pinewood, the cemetery. Best not say anything then. Yeah, best not say anything. But it is interesting. I work with a famous celebrity, about 50 years old, one of the biggest movie stars in the whole world. The set, yeah, I'm going to tell us. The set was beautiful. Jedster is here. Joodles, Janet, and Jedster, the three J's, are here. Anyway, and I'm on a really big set. They've got these big... Basically, they take warehouses, but this is a brand new warehouse. It's a big room, and they build you know how it's done. They build a set that looks like something in real life, and it was like really real. It was my job, and I wore two costumes, and they kept me there till 7 p.m. Which I don't. What can you do about it? But I was there for like 12 hours. And then the good news is I got to go there tomorrow. So this is going to be an hour of our time here. An hour. So write what you want to write, and I'll read what you want me to read. And I'll read what you want me to read. And but it was a film set, and it was a recreation of a famous place in New York that... I haven't spent that much time in this famous place. So it wasn't like, oh my God, this is like amazing. It wasn't like when I did Indiana Jones, which I think after the fact I can discuss it. Indiana Jones, I don't know if you've seen the latest Indiana Jones. It was supposed to be horrible. But I was like 15, 20 feet away from Harrison Ford getting on and off a horse at the age of 79 years old. You got to respect Harrison Ford. And I actually saw him do it. There was no Jennifer Aniston in it. Okay? There was no Jennifer Aniston. I remember growing up and thinking she wasn't that hot, and then I got a bit older and I thought she was hot. And now I don't think would you do Jennifer Aniston? I would. Yeah. Yeah, she's probably a lot of fun. She's a lot of fun. She's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Not that she would do me. She probably wouldn't even do me when we're probably similar ages. She could even be younger than I am. How old is Jennifer Aniston? Should I check to see how old Jennifer Aniston is? Do you want to check it out? Check out how old is Jennifer Aniston. Anyway, so it was set in a very famous place, and so I was talking about Harrison Ford, and I was on a subway, a recreated subway at I think it was Pinewood, a recreated subway, and with Lucy Van Pelt is here. Wasn't alive when you were growing up. Jennifer Aniston wasn't alive when I was growing up, Lewis. It's possible. How old is Jennifer Aniston? How old is she? She's only 56. She's only 56. That's a horrible thing. She's 56, Judith. Thank you. And I appreciate Darklands for you doing that, for checking on this. And I appreciate you, Judith, for 56. I don't appreciate you, Lucy, for saying, well, she's 56, which means she was born in 1970. Yeah, I was 13 years old. That is exactly true. What bloody time is this? I'm half cut. What does half cut mean, Maltese Phil? What does that mean? Gavin McInnes once peed in Jennifer Aniston's spare bed. I never heard of this. Who is Gavin McInnes? Gavin McInnes. Is that some sort of apocryphal story, or is that a joke? Or is that something that was revealed earlier? Jedster is going to explain what that means. Who is Gavin McInnes? I think she's still on the rebound after Brad Pitt. Yeah, I think she was in love with Brad Pitt. Who knows what happened? Who knows what happened? I'm against it. You know me. I've spoken out against it. I'm against it. I mean, she's a beautiful girl. But so I'm on the subway track, and there's the ticket. The whole thing was so realistic. A ticket booth. There was a newsstand. The whole thing was amazing. And they handed out newspapers. It was supposed to be 1969, which was a very evocative year. I've had a bottle of Californian Ruby Cabaret. Oh, that's what you mean. Californian Ruby Cabernet. Was it good? Was it good? Rebound always ends in disaster. Well, it's like, well, what does that mean? What is a rebound? You mean, does that mean every relationship after every relationship ends in disaster? A case could be made. A case could be made of every kind of rebound is going to end badly. Every kind of relationship is going to end badly. I mean, I believe in Islamic marriage things. My wife today in the show was a beautiful Islamic woman, and she was a good actress too. She got into the whole thing. He's a podcast host and political commentator. He runs Compound Censored. Is that what it's called? How did he get into Jennifer Aniston's house? I'm gonna write that down, Jedster. Compound, and never look at it again. Compound Censored. You'll have to explain how she got into the house. Anyway, so at the end of the day, so I saw Harrison Ford get on that horse, and he was 79 years old, and he did not look like he was going to make it, but he did. He made it over and over and over again, and it was he also used to own Vice magazine, and his name is, let me write down his name, Gavin McInnes. Gavin McInnes. And the train was a train that came into the platform. It was like brilliant. The whole thing was like brilliant. I was not in it, of course, but maybe I was scowling them. They don't know me. A lot of people in the film industry. You know me. I'm an internationally recognized film artist, TV pundit, recently seen on GB News, comedic superstar, really. And a lot of people don't know that know that I'm doing that. Know that I'm doing that. So this is, you know what? I know I shouldn't. I'm a superstar, so I shouldn't be telling you people this is what you could do. But you can sign up for extra work, and it's really good fun. But it's like if you said to me, how much would you pay? How much would a normal person pay to possibly be in a movie that's set in a film studio, that's in a great big, there's a huge studio set of an entire huge hotel, with high ceilings and fake marble, with a very famous 50-year-old movie star. Handsome movie star. I'm going to find out how old the guy is. You mind? I'm going to find out how old the guy is. Ron. He is, oh my God, he's not even 50 years old. He's not even 50 years old, but he's great. He is really, really great. And you guys, yeah, he's really great. I don't know what I could say about him, but he's quite great. He's quite great. You can see it, and he was great. Okay. You are a superstar, says Janet. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Claire can't be here to say that, so I appreciate you saying that to me, Janet. I was an extra in the Casualty years. Casualty, comma. Remember the punctuation people? Yeah, maybe. It's not going to. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say who it is. But Darklands was an extra in Casualty years ago, and was that great fun? Was it great fun? The first time is always amazing fun, and the second time, and then the third time, and the fourth time, and there can be really good moments. Mr. Steve, Mr. Cuff is here. Hello, and he calls you people nutters. You are not nutters. You are not nutters. Lewis Schaffer is an internationally recognized, famous TV celebrity. They were friends, and he stayed over after getting drunk. He then went to try and wash the mattress using her outdoor fountain, but it became so heavy that he was unable to return it to the house. He took the mattress. He took the mattress. Well, that's so embarrassing, really. But at least it was just pee-pee. It was pee-pee. I mean, I peed in bed when I went to summer camp and 7 years old, and it was like traumatic. I'm not even going to say it's embarrassing. It was traumatic, and everybody thought Lewis Schaffer is a bed peer, and I never peed in a bed before. But I guess it was the first day at summer camp. I thought I was being sent away. It would never come back. Maybe that's one of the reasons I don't think my parents loved me. They sent me away to summer camp when I was 7 years old. Yeah, that's an interesting, Jedstead. That's interesting story. There's no comma needed after Casualty, Lewis. I was an extra in Casualty. Period. In Casualty, comma, years ago. I don't know. What do you think? Period. There should be some punctuation there. Who thinks? Read Darklands thing, and should there be punctuation there? Well, tell us how that was, Darklands. What do you remember about it? But Judel says there's no comma needed. I disagree with you, but maybe I'm wrong. Missed you at lunchtime today. Rubes and Alex were there. Okay, yeah. I hope they come back. I hope Ruben comes back. My mom's birthday today. Took her for lunch. Happy birthday to Mr. Cuff's birthday. Mr. Cuff's mom's birthday. How old is she Does she ever listen to Lewis Schaffer? Can you give her my number? Ah, happy birthday to your mummy, Cuffy, your mummy, Cuffy, your mummy. I think there should be some commas there. It would make less sense with a comma or full stop. It would make less sense. I was an extra in Casualty years ago. I was extra in Casualty years ago. I mean, maybe, I don't know. It's a modifier. It should be maybe the modifier should be beforehand. Alan Williams, good to see you, Alan, says happy birthday, Mr. Cuff. So basically, two people think I should not have questioned Darklands. I appreciate Darklands making any kind of comment at all. I appreciate that. How was your day, producer? My daughter's birthday today. She's here with me. She is 46. Well, Lewis Schaffer, the man you're listening to, is wishing your daughter a happy birthday. Happy birthday, 46 years old. Young, 46 years old. I'm wishing her a happy birthday. I'm blowing both of you a kiss. This is for you, Janet, and this is for your daughter. Happy birthday to your girl too, Lud. What girl? Lud gave this information at another time when I wasn't around. All right, fine. Trade information as you will. As you will. As you will. So I was I had to wear a suit, which they provided. It was like a brand new suit. But from what I've heard New York has gone pastel colors. And this was a pastel color. And I don't think I look good in pastel colors, but maybe pastel is the colors now. Maybe that's what people are wearing right now. I'll show you a picture in another day. Maybe a comma after ago. Not that it's needed. Long ago. I was on Casualty long ago. Yeah, maybe it's not totally necessary. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just being too sensitive. Lewis, why were you wearing a lady's top yesterday? What lady's top was I wearing? What was it on the show? Was I wearing I don't know what was I wearing yesterday? Mr. Cuff is saying to Janet, happy birthday to your daughter. Happy birthday's Janet's daughter. That's so nice, Alan Williams. Thumbs up from Mr. Cuff. I don't know. What did the top look like? I don't think I was. Oh, that white thing. That actually was Carnegie, my number 2 son, or my son B. I don't know. He's not my number 2 son, but that was his. He gave that to me. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Lucy. Did I look bad in it? Did I look bad? What do you think? It was a white top and had short sleeve shirts. Short sleeve shirt. It was the white top, Darklands. That's right. I mean, did I look good or bad in it? I don't know. Some people I think must have liked it. I mean, how many I've done? This is the 227th day. So far we've done over 300 shows. This is the 30th of January, 2026. I don't have that many clothes. I thought I had an unlimited, but I don't have an unlimited amount of clothes. It was the white top, yes. So do you like the way it looked? I'm not sure that I liked it. But it wasn't a girl. It was like a girl. Could that have been a girl? I don't think it was a girl's. It comes from H&M. My son got it. I went to a party wearing it. Actually, a party wearing it. I actually thought it was a thermal undergarment. Your white top. Yeah. Could have been that. And it was short sleeves. I wear short sleeves sometimes. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, and I'm wearing, this thing underneath it. I can't remember it either. I don't think it was that shocking. Did it look? It wasn't a girl's. Maybe it was a girl's. I'm not sure it was a girl's. I mean, I might. I mean, I've got a. I had a jumper here that I found. That's a girl's jumper. It's a cardigan, and I'm going to donate. I don't think I'm going to be able to sell it, but I'm going to donate it to the charity shop down the road. Down the road. But thank you for noticing, Lucy. How have you been feeling, Lucy? Let's talk about Lucy just for a second. Just let's talk about Lucy. And so I was wearing a light colored suit and a pink shirt. Yeah, and it'll still be 20 in there, and I'm I had to come from out in the country, in Shepperton, in the Thames Valley. It's quite chilly, quite rainy. I had to catch the van to the train to Clapham Junction, the Clapham Junction train to Peckham, and no, not to Peckham, to Denmark Hill, and then the bus. So, you know, and I was wearing a jacket, but I was quite cold. And then I've got to go tomorrow. They're doing it tomorrow. I got a 6:15 call. I think a splash of color suits you. Probably you're right. I mean, I don't have much color on. Speaking of color, I don't have color on my face because it's the winter time, and I don't. And so I'm thinking I'm going to go to the sunbed. I have to go to the sunbed. Sunbed. I'm not a double, and I'm double layered. I'm not double layered in the house. I'm not like son number 2 walks around with his shirt off all the time because he's so happy to have muscles and be young. But, I mean, a little bit of color, but not. I look good in white, in red, in blue, in black. Basically those colors. Those colors. I don't look good in green. I don't look good in pink. I don't look good in orange. I don't look good. What colors do I look good in? I don't look good in any of those colors. What colors do you guys look good in? What colors do you guys look good in? Tell me. Tell me right now. Tell me. Tell me why. So I've got to go tomorrow. I got to wake up, which means in order for me to get there, I'm going to have to go to Vauxhall, and I'm going to have to take the train from Vauxhall. Still congested. Lucy's still congested. Still congested and coughing a little. Just won't bugger off. Ear still blocked. I've been lazy and not using my oil drops. Lucy. Okay. All right. See, watch how understanding I am. Watch how understanding. Oh. Army of M. Army of M. Don't give yourself skin cancer on the sunbed. Well, that's one of those myths. What causes skin cancer is carbs and toxic seed oils. You know, I mean, people getting skin cancer, that's always in the play. It's just that the cancer spreads. The cancer goes all over, and it just happens to be on the skin. And the stuff that isn't on the skin is not as dangerous as the other kind. And the reason why people have skin cancer is because they don't gradually, what is the word? Grow into using the sun. Well, Lucy, let's hope Lucy feels better. I hope Lucy feels better. I would say, I don't know. I've told you what you need to do. I mean, not that I expect you to listen to me, but You know, a lot. I said, I remember when you first got this cold, Lucy. I said, I told you what I thought you needed to do. Sunbeds are in sun, Lewis. I think that is a great big myth about sunbeds. I think if you burn yourself in a sunbed, that can cause damage. But going in for 10 minutes and building it up is not going to cause. It's like going out in the sun. We're going out in the sun. Animals need the sun. We need the sun. We're smart enough to develop vitamin D3 pills, you know, vitamin D3 pills. And they're not really beds either. Well, yes, they are. The one that I had, the one that I was using, you lie down. It doesn't matter, Cuff. Lewis will sleep on anything. I'm a very bad sleeper. And I used to love going to the sunbed thing. I'd lie down for, 10 minutes. I've never been on a sunbed. It's not comfortable because it's not soft, but it is warm. It's beautifully, beautifully warm. Mark DeRosian is here. I would say this. Maybe we should Google whether sunbeds cause cancer, whether the sun, causes cancer. I mean, I know it can, basically. It causes worse cancer, causes wrinkles. But a lot of the cancer that people have is in places, people can get on their nose, whatever. But the bad kind is like hidden in other, where the sun never shines, basically. On or with Mr. Cuff. Oh, yeah, my heart rate is still going crazy at times. Not that I've measured it. Well, I have a little machine. You want to buy a little machine that you can measure your heart rate. I mean, maybe you're having a post-Christmas wintertime craziness, basically. I mean, I'm here to provide you, Lucy Van Pelt, with a degree of consistency, a degree of friendship, a degree of camaraderie. That's what we have here. We have a degree of something. Together we have Streaky Bacon is here. Hello, mate. Streaky Bacon is here. Good to see you. Yeah. I mean, I forget what happens with the sun. I've seen whole long videos about it, and you know me. I believe in the YouTube videos. So Mark DeRosian is not doing the Super 6 thing. Lucy, sorry, that was for Jedster. Mr. Cuff. On or with. I don't know what that's all about. Goes away. Let's go. Maybe I could find a video. That might be a nice thing to do. I could find a video. Here's YouTube. And we could do does the sun cause skin cancer? All right, let's see what it says. I'm going to say it's a myth. Let's see if it's a myth. Melanoma is not caused by sunlight. Here it is. We don't have time to look at this. We'll look at it another time. We'll look at Joodles, a video that I have seen. I've seen many, many videos about the sun and vitamin D and how much I should take and does it cause skin cancer and whether I should use skin cream. I think if you told an oxy, or is that an oxy? What do you mean by an oxy? You mean an oxy? That the sun or sunbeds don't cause cancer. They think you're crazy. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. Well, yeah. You mean an Aussie. You mean like an Australian embassy, Scott. Yeah, well, they would say that. They would say that. But remember, they were English people. English people. You know, people didn't get skin. They, you know, I mean, maybe. I think the English people that went to Australia weren't used to the sun. You have to build up the sun. You just don't go out in the sun as much as they say to go out in the sun. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm being crazy. All right. I don't. First of all, you know me. I don't believe anything that anybody says. I don't believe anything. What do you believe in? Not what you've heard. You say, I've done the research. And this is the research. But it's one of those things that's so ingrained in people's brains that the sun causes skin cancer. Maybe certain types of sun, getting sunburned can cause skin cancer. Burning can cause skin cancer. But, you know, you're out in the sun and it what does it do? It hits the you know, the cell and this causes cancer. And even if it does cause cancer, if you're skinny on a low carb diet. Now, I used to be on a low carb diet. Now I'm like on a medium. I can't control myself anymore. I've been such a pig. On the movie set, I just will eat anything. I had a piece of bread. I had a half a bowl of was it Cocoa Pops? No, Rice Krispies. I went and at the train station, I was feeling I don't know, I wasn't feeling great. And I said, you know what, I'll have a Twix bar, thinking of the Twix bar that we had discussed the other day. I'm ginger, Ulrich says, and worked outdoors all last summer without burning. But as a kid, I used to get fried. Yeah, very bad, very bad. Oh, here's a joke from Lucy Van Pelt. How do you think ice is doing in Minnesota? Pretty good. That's a joke. That's a joke. You find out that guy, Mr. Pretty, and the other one, they're like, they were there to cause trouble. Well, find out. F up, F A, F O. What is it called? Find. I think it's Friday. Positive vibes for a weekend stream. Yes, it's good. We're having positive vibes. We're beautifully lucky to have Lucy Van Pelt here. And she's getting better slowly. She's going to listen to me. And Caroline Cooper comes in. And there's Ulrich. And we're doing really well. We're doing very well. I'm always afraid you're never going to come by and listen to me. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid you're never going to. I hope you, anyway. So, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, Streaky Bacon says. Are you talking about the Minnesota? That's right. It's find out and F up and what is that F? What does that mean? FM. Find out. What does that mean? Columbus, you know what I mean.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it means. Yeah, fuck around and find out. Fuck around, and then that's what happened. Yeah, and as Streaky Bacon is right, the nice way of putting it, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You don't want the guy to die. You don't want him to die, but the truth is not a single one of you would do him because he wasn't good looking. He wasn't good looking enough. Yeah, F around and find out. Lucy Van Pelt. Yes. And that's what those guys did. And that's what Pretty Guy did. He basically smashed the ICE's back tail light, spit at the car, and then broke the ICE's car. But they didn't prosecute him. If they had prosecuted him and arrested him, and if he was in prison now, which they would do in England, they could go to prison and be like convicted right there. Don't swear, producer Keith. Keith Bexley is here. Well, everybody, it's good to see you, Keith. Yeah, he should have been arrested for breaking anybody's car, but he's in Minnesota. And I think Minnesota is going back on its what do you call the law, whatever the law that whatever the bill, whatever that is that prevented them from turning in the illegal aliens. No, I'm allowed to curse. I'm just not allowed to advocate civil disobedience, Jester. Okay, can focus again. Yeah. Oh, there you got your name back. How did you get your name back, MC Scott? Pretty turned out to be a violent guy, but the media kept saying the ICU nurse. Kept saying ICU nurse, ICU nurse. Exactly right, Alex. Whether he was a violent guy or not, he brought a gun to. When you bring a gun to a gunfight, you can expect to use the gun. Yeah, I'm sorry, I did the thing, and I'll do it to anybody. Do you think I want to ban people? I want you guys to listen to me because I'm trying to preserve this thing, trying to preserve it, and trying to not get arrested myself. Okay, I was in my other account, silly me. Yeah. He's a free man. If he wants to come, he can come. He might be watching right now. You know, do I apologize for blocking him maybe I shouldn't have blocked him for 30 hours. Maybe that was too much. I'm just used to blocking for 30 hours. I should have maybe blocked him for 3 hours or for 30 minutes. Just something to know that if I say that's a word or that's a thought you cannot express in that way, okay, then, you got to listen to me. You got to listen to me. If you think that I'm part of some police state, Jedster, okay, or Mr. Cuff, do you think I'm that way? Because maybe I am. Maybe I'm all team world, and I'm a liar right now. I tend not to be a liar. I tend to be a coward, but you have to respect my cowardice. I have to expect your cowardice. Somebody comes on stream here, and I ask them, how old are you? Are you male or female? Are you fat? I don't push it too hard because I don't want them to leave. Okay? I don't want them to leave. But this guy, he effed around and he found out. It was like a second. His gun went off. Supposedly the gun goes off all the time, that brand of gun. Okay, goes off all the time. Well, he should, should he have been killed? I don't think they were looking to kill the guy. But each one of those ICE people are completely practically at the mercy of the left wing and the Nazis. Doris, I saw a picture of Doris eating salad. World is effed up big time. Well, dogs can eat. They shouldn't eat salad, but they can eat carbs because we get the insulin from dogs, but they shouldn't. Why is he eating salad? Why is she eating salad? I had a bit of salad today. I was like, I get so insane. I get so insane when I go to these. The problem is I get there at 7 and they feed you breakfast. So I eat the breakfast. And then there's bread and rolls and so I had a piece of toast. I had a piece. She is on steroids. Is that making her hungry? I'm not on steroids. I just look beautiful. I look beautiful. Americans are allowed to carry guns to protect themselves against tyranny. I think it's a constitutional right. It is a constitutional right. But if you're going to go and you're going to mess with the police, if you bring a gun, you are looking for trouble. But you should have the guns, because just in case you want to get rid of the Iranian dictator, you want to have a gun. And that's what guns are for. It protects liberty. It made America independent. As the fact that millions of Americans, I don't know how many million Americans there were in 1776, maybe 3 million Americans. I don't know. We'll have to check that out. But they had guns. They had guns back then, and that made them free. So he brings a gun. It's like let's say you're stopped by a cop in the car. Okay. You've got to tell the cop, I've got a gun. I've got a gun. Here's my license to bring this gun. Every state is different. I don't know. Maybe they'll change the laws. But to make it different. But he didn't do that. He had a gun and he was fighting with them. And they wrestled him to the ground. And he was like, amazing. Putty cats eating salad is not a good thing. It's like when humans eat salad. We're not supposed to eat salad. You can eat it more than cats. Cats are obligate carnivores. They have to eat it now. What did I have today? I had an apple. I had a half a bowl of Cocoa Puff. No, Rice Krispies. I had a piece of bread. For lunch, it was lamb and on a plate of rice. And so I wouldn't have asked for the rice, but it comes in the bowl. They give you a bowl with a little bit of corn, and I ate that. So it's going to be a bad day. I mean, I woke up this morning, I weighed about 76.4, I think. I mean, that's the estimated weight. I woke up weighing 77 at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I just assume I'm going to, because you lose weight over time. Seems my reply to Cuff was censored. Okay. What did you say to Cuff? What was censored? What did you say, Jedster? It's so unhappy. It's not there. You didn't remind me to go on the live thing. Please remind me. Yeah, I don't think the founding fathers had protecting illegal migrant child rappers in mind, though. Yeah. Yeah, but unfortunately, if you allow people to have guns to defend against liberty, they can use guns for other purposes. I used to be against. Okay, there you go. Thank you very much, Lucy. About 2 million Americans, plus 500,000 slaves. Women always ask, what do men like? What do men like? I like that. When Joodles or Lucy or Darklands, when somebody gives me information that I did not know and I asked for it, that's so loving. That's like giving a kiss. But yeah, I said about 3 million people living in America. Black people were not allowed to vote at that time. Slaves. There were black people who were allowed to vote. I think. I think. I don't know when. I think. I'm not sure. That's another question. We'll have to find out. Were black people who were not slaves living in the North allowed to vote? Animals know what their bodies need and will eat whatever it is they think will help. That's why dogs eat grass sometimes. But cats don't eat grass. I've owned many cats because I am 17.5% gay. I've owned many cats. And they don't eat carbs unless it's coated in animals. Naked Gun is out now. Okay. I did not feed Dora salad. She stole it off the kitchen side. Yeah, it's okay. Well, so what are you going to do about it? Is it is something? No excuses, Dar. I don't want to hear you say bad things about you at Doris. Looks like a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dog. Beautiful dog, girl from Mars. I love them to bits, but dogs are kind of dumb. Well, they're not as smart as humans. And Caroline Cooper says dogs eat grass, then vomit. Another horrific killing in the U.S. today of a white woman by blacks. But you won't hear about that unless the races were reversed. Yeah, I mean, it's really horrible. It's really, I don't know what it is. It's like, listen, we were slaves, the Jews were slaves in Egypt. And it messed with our heads. So, and that's 3,000 something years ago. 3,000 years ago. So blacks were slaves 170 years ago. So there you go. It's only 170 years ago. Dogs do it to clean their systems out. Are they real? Streaky Bacon says. Are they really that way? Are they really that knowledgeable in the whole thing? I don't know if they are. Do they understand that? Jedster thinks it's interesting. I think it's interesting too. Everybody, let's like the chat. Let's like and subscribe if you can. Let's like and subscribe. We were all slaves. Pretty much. Makeshift is here. Hello, Makeshift. You've been here before, Makeshift? Yeah, that's the truth. We were all slaves. We had all bad things happen to us, But some people, it's more of a prominent feature to their lives, basically. Bad. It's like that. So, I mean, I don't want to, I'm not taking away from the black experience in America. But, and it's not a uniform black experience because half of the Nigerians were not enslaved in this country. Half of them were not enslaved. What's going on here? Okay. You've gained 2 likes from me today. Yay. Thank you very much. Let's like the thing, Mr. Cuff, and let's like the thing, Streaky Bacon and Makeshift. Like and subscribe. It's free to subscribe, and it's free to like. I have a little while ago. Well, welcome back. How did you find out about the Lewis Schaffer live stream? So you're using slavery as an excuse for a race to despise another. No, I'm not using that. I'm saying that slavery can mess with your mind, and it is an excuse. It is an excuse. Okay, I don't think it should be used to kill people, but it is an excuse. Also, have a look who owned the slave ships for the USA. That's not true if you're going to say the Jews. I just finished watching Graham Moore, English Constitution Party, seeing what he was talking about. Well, what is he talking about? I have not heard about the English Constitution Party. The old film, Metropolis, was way ahead. That was a great film. It was a classic film. 1928, 29. German. Now I'll just hop on and see what you're having a chat about. Yes. Well, what were we having a chat about? I forgot what we were having a chat about. It always goes to something very extreme because I'm an extreme person and you guys tend to be an extreme too. Yeah, well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. I'm afraid to appreciate everybody who likes this thing. It's just really, it helps the algorithm. There's no evidence of Jewish enslavement in Egypt. The Bible writers were just filling a gap in history. Okay, well, maybe it was. I don't, you know what it is? The Jews, one thing you can say about the Jews, we didn't invent writing, but we've written the most words of any people per capita. Per capita. Slavery was bad. I've moved on. It was bad companies. Yeah, so that's what Makeshift says. So British people enslaved by Barbary pirates centuries ago can feel aggrieved and attack the Turkish people now. Well, I don't think were the Barbary pirates Turks. I'm not sure. They came from Algeria and Tunisia and places like that. No, they can't. I don't think black people should do that either. But yeah, we should remember. That's the problem with this country. It doesn't remember when a million white people were taken by the Barbary pirates. A million Europeans. It should not be forgotten. You know, when they ask us for money, we gotta say, well, where's our money? Alan Williams. I don't know. You want to believe that. You know what it is? If you think the Jews are lying, go ahead, think the Jews are lying. Did anyone see Konstantin Kisin on Question Time last night? He was superb. Well, that's brilliant. He's become really superb. Him and Andrew Doyle, these are people that I knew early on. And maybe someday Lewis Schaffer will be probably not like that because I've said too many reckless things. Yeah, sorry, not Turks. Moroccans, yeah. Algerians, Tunisians. Yeah. Yeah, and the first war that America fought was to get back at the Barbary pirates. From the halls of Montezuma, which is in Mexico, to the shores of Tripoli, was about the Barbary pirates because they were capturing people, Europeans and us. I don't watch the BBC, but he speaks so much sense. Yes, Konstantin Kisin does. He speaks sense. I like the guy personally. Whole villages taken from the southwest of England and Ireland, yes, and France and Spain. Yes, yes, yes. No, he's not that way. He's not that way. He's not that way. I don't think he is. You know, maybe he is. I don't think he is. I mean, hold on. I think Russ sent me a photo. Oh my God, it's cold. It's cold. 1 degrees cold. It's one degree Fahrenheit. That's not a record low, but that's a really low. Yeah, I disagree with you on that, Streaky, but fair enough. What do you disagree with? What do you disagree with? Whole villages taken from the southwest of England and Ireland? Yeah, they just landed and went in, in Cornwall and Devon. But Keith Bexley disagrees. What do you disagree with Streaky on? Yes, because they were robbing U.S. ships of stock, including slaves, and they were capturing, Americans. Whatever the reason was, we did it. This is the best show ever. I think it is. I think every one of these shows is so interesting. We've been discussing we've had 300 shows, and I think each one of these shows is so different from every other show. Don't you agree with that? Lucy Van Pelt says, I do think it must mess with your head a little knowing that your presence in the country is only because your ancestors were brought there as slaves. Still time to move on, but yes, they're constantly reminded of it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's hard to be black in America, but it's also lots of benefits. And American black people are the best black people on the planet. They're so much better than, I hate to say, Konstantin, he's amazing. Keith Bexley is 100%. And yeah, it can mess. That's what I said. Being this way because you were brought over there and everyone else made a decision to come and they haven't made a decision to come. So I agree with you. And I said it. And I thought I said it in the nicest possible way. Being a slave can mess with your head. Jews, their heads are messed with. They're messed with. I will never forget Kissin and his drummer Francis, his dummy Francis, interviewing an R gang victim. An R gang victim. He is vile, both of them. Okay, I haven't seen that. Maybe I should see it. But you know it many times, Tricky Bake. Norf is here. Hello, Norf. Welcome back. Don Lemon going down. Laugh out loud. Don Lemon is going down. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen to Don Lemon. People were so happy when they arrested Donald Trump all those times, and he got away with it. He didn't do anything. Maybe he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Or at least he was found not guilty. But the left was so happy. And now the woman in Atlanta is going down. They're all going down. Okay? Have you seen Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, Lewis? Not every black American is good. You know what? A lot of them are bad. But you know what it is? A lot of white people are bad too. I'm not going to attack. Yes, some of those places are bad, but then there are nice places too. Look at the harrowing of the North, says North. You know, is there audio? Is the audio bad? I asked, does it sound good or is it bad? Yes, liberals use the same constitution as the U.S. No white gang be citizens, and it ran only by them. The result is Liberia is another. Yeah, you know what? You can make that case. But at the same time, at the same time, but it's not, I don't know. We were genocided. Who is this? Oh, you've got a lot of buffering. Hold on. Let me just clear this off. Let me clear it off. Is it better now? Yeah, it is. You know what? Yeah, there is racial problems in America. There is racial problems in America. Carolyn Cooper says her sound is good after the Norman invasion. I mean, it's a natural thing, but the identity politics made racial problems even worse. Yeah, and basically, the world is turned on white people. Once upon a time, white people turned on the world, and now the world is turning on white people. I'm against it. I like white people. I like Europeans. I'm like Donald Trump saying what I'm saying. You know? I mean, but that's the way the world is right now. It's the way the world is. Americans are extremely excitable. They're way more excitable than English people. What is the new picture on your light box? Which one? Which one? This one here? That's a passport picture. This is when I had my passport done. Though I haven't received it yet. What? Oh my God! When did I do my passport? I'm gonna have to make a note of this. Passport. Check on my passport. My passport. It ran out of time, so I had to get it renewed. Okay. Which picture you're talking about? Lucy. I mean, I've said what these pictures are. There's me with Billy Burr. There's me with Patrice O'Neill. You know, there's me. There's me when I was 23 years old. Would you? Would you? Could you? Not bad looking. I was young. I was young. What else? Where are the other pictures? Here's my grandfather oh, look at this broke. Oh, how did this break? Oh, no, it didn't break. It didn't break. I thought it broke. It didn't break. Better put this back in. And you can see this. You can see the picture there. Can you see the picture? That's my maybe it's a bit hard to see. Can you see that? That's in Brooklyn. It's my grandfather. And there's my mother and my father right after the war. Right after the war, I think they were married. My father genuinely loved my mother. Genuinely loved my mother until he divorced her. The one on the left, this one here. I mean, this picture here. Lewis is epic. I don't know. I'm just trying to be me, hoping somebody likes to spend a few minutes with me. Just as you guys, just try to be you and hope. Tell us about white people turning on the world, Lewis, considering you built the greatest civilization. I think you did. Yes, you did. Britain, mostly English people, Scottish people too, built the greatest civilizations in the world, created the most wealth, have no I mean, you should apologize for some things, but most things you shouldn't apologize, Streaky Bacon, for. So, right on. Right on to the English people. English people should be proud. Should be proud. Prouder than the French. What country maybe the French did a few things in France, but did they make any other place great? Any other thing great? Passports can take a month or two. Yeah, okay, I'm thinking it might, yeah. Was it 2 months ago? When did I do I think it's been over 2 months, the one on the left. Yeah. So Britain, we should be proud. You, not we, but you should be proud of Britain. Because Britain created the best countries in the world, the safest countries in the world, the most educated countries in the world, the richest countries in the world, and America. So let's be proud of America. Maybe Lewis could start a music quiz for us one night. Yeah, maybe I'll work with someone on a music quiz. You could send me the questions. There was just a program on BBC Two about Merthyr Tydfil in Wales being the heart of the Industrial Revolution. Yeah, and the Welsh people were complaining. I mean, those cities down there were incredibly some of the richest places in the world, Cardiff and Swansea. You know, they were so rich, you know. North says, love my ancestors. They're great. They're great ancestors. Huge brains, smart people, builders, doing stuff. And right now, we're at a low point, but we're going to come back. You should also be proud, Lewis. You are trying to save Britain. I'm at least trying not to hurt Britain. I believe in Britain. I love Britain. My children are English. Ish, I guess. I don't know. Can they be English? Their mother's Scottish and I'm American. Are you English, producer? Be careful with how you answer it. Mm-hmm. Are you English?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, England is no longer a racial identity anymore. If it ever was, it wasn't. It was made up of Angles, yes, and those are the English, but it was also the Saxons, the Jutes, the Cornish, the Celts, the Scots. It's a big melange, and most of the people were white. But if you love this country, it's similar to America. If you love America, you're an American. If you live in America, you're born an American, you were descendant of the Pilgrims, but you hate America today, you're not an American. You're not an American. Yeah. He is. He is English. English is not an ethnicity because those people, the people who are English are Normans, they're Germans, they're Danes, they're Celts, they're Picts, they're Scots. They come from all over. You cannot say maybe they all look alike or similar, but they're not an ethnicity. British identity has been bastardized, means nothing, thanks to certain people. Yeah, but if you love this country, do you love this country, producer?
Huh?
Do you love Britain? Do you love England?
Yes.
Yes. He loves it. He doesn't want to answer it. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay, my family comes from Lancashire. So, if you move to London, does that make you not English? If you move to Cumbria, does that make you not English? What does it mean? No, not anymore. I don't believe that. Maybe it's not for me. It's not for me to lecture you on this because I am not English. I am not English, but I believe if you're born in this country and you love this country, you could be called English. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong about that? I might be wrong. If you're Nigerian, I've got friends here who are Indians, who are Ghanaians, who are whatever, and they love the country. Core blimey, Lewis, says John Van Dam. Would be amazing if you could add Scousers to Scots, the Celts, etc. Rand. What does that mean? The Scousers, are they English? Half of them are Irish people. That's why they talk that way. Or half of them, remember that Blackpool, whatever it is, an Indian can't be English. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If you're born in it, if you come from India, you can't be. I don't think. But if your kids are here and they believe in the country. So if I am born in China and love China, I'm Chinese. Just call me. It's not the same. I don't think it's the same. Is it the same? Is it the same? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know what is China. You are talking pony. That's a Cockney slang term. Okay. We are on Northern European DNA, but very alike. Not like Ant Middle East or African. Yet we get rammed all over our country. No, I know they don't. There is a racial connotation to the country, but what are you going to do? You're going to, eventually, if there hadn't been mass immigration, every English person I meet say, I'm part this, I'm part that, I'm part French. Scottish people, same thing. English is an ethnicity, Lewis. Ethnogenesis is a thing. Ethnogenesis is a thing. Same as white Americans is an ethnicity, even though they have mixed European ancestry. Well, what if you are a black person moving to America? You don't look like them, but you're still an American. I never thought about that, says Janet. He doesn't get that, Lucy Van Pelt. I do get that. I do know that you want to have an ethnicity. I could be born in Japan, follow the culture and the language, and still would not be Japanese. I'd be a Welsh person born to Welsh parents. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I'm speaking as an American, and this is what makes America the greatest country in the world, is that if you're born in America, I'm going to even restate this. If you love America, you can be an American. You can be an American. Okay? Unfortunately, we live in a time of ethno-genocide against the quote-unquote, if there is such a thing, indigenous people living here. It is nuanced. It's not quite as simple. I got my friend Dexter. He's like an Indian guy grew up in Guyana, but he is so English. Oh my, loves this country. American is a nationality. Right. So you're saying, so what about people who live in England? Are you telling somebody who supports the English football team, living in England, born and raised in England, that he can, like my sons here, that they're not English? You know? Are you saying that? That's what I'm asking. I mean, one of my sons, I don't know, what is the answer to that question? What is that answer to the question? And America is not a perfect example, but America is an example of everyone, in theory, being proud to be American, including black people, including Spanish people, hopefully, who don't want to join with Mexico, hopefully. They are Americans, hopefully. How many generations does it take for someone from parents from a different country to be able to call themselves British? English, that he is white with Northern European DNA. No, he isn't. He's like a guy, he's like full-on Guyanan. And what about Chinese Elvis, who is totally English? You know him. He's so arrogant. That's the proof that he's English. It's a very layered debate, which is why people can't agree, but they can argue. We can discuss this. Darklings, we can discuss this. It's an interesting thing. I probably am wrong because I'm viewing this country like America. You guys want to be multi-ethnic, multicultural, multi-whatever, like America is. But there are lots of people in America, in theory, are patriotic, except the left. They hate America. They're world people. Did you see the story on the far left where students who attacked a couple of conservatives having a debate outside campus, but the police came and arrested the people who got attacked? I've heard many of these stories. I haven't heard that specific story. Send me a link. I'll look at it. Laugh out loud. Half the country hates being American, Lewis. Yes, but you don't watch U.S. news. This isn't the 1970s. They do because they're communists now. But historically, everybody loved America. They didn't hate America. They all marched in the parades. Everybody, Democrats and Republicans. But the Democrats have turned ultra-communists. Okay? So there you go. Yeah, you can't just rock up and declare you're English. But if you have a heritage and parents and are born and raised, some people can. Yeah, eventually you become the country. Streaky Baker says, I didn't realize my ethnicity was based on 22 men kicking a ball around. Yeah. Yeah, kind of it is. It's like, what team do you support? Back in the day, a lot of those people wouldn't have supported England, if you remember correctly. Okay? You have to become part of the British culture before calling yourself British. And it's maybe the same thing with English people, too. I wish I hadn't enjoyed cheering on Congo in the Africa Cup of Nations, as now I am Congolese. Well, if it was against England, then you would be Congolese. Yes. It was Montgomery Toms and his cameraman. They have been released. Released after being charged with assault and obstructing police. Well, I have to see it. Chelvis insulted you guys. He did. I mean, I tried to get him not to insult you, but I don't know what he was thinking. Until football was invented, we had no identity then, says Streaky. That's a joke. Okay. I felt sorry for the students who have been brainwashed by the communist teachers from such a young age. Yes, brainwashed, not by the teachers, but also by the mainstream media, which includes the BBC here. Now they are so far left, it is honestly sad. I agree with that completely. North is laughing at the concept of the Congolese. It's LMFO. Yeah. I mean, am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong again. Have you listened to what I've been saying, producer? I don't know if he's been listening. Every British institution has been taken over. And the same thing in America. We got 40 or 50% of the people who are communists there. I mean, that's horrific. Pray for Donald Trump to fight that off. I'm against communism so completely. I used to be a communist. I used to believe in all that stuff. I used to believe that. If there hadn't been Streaky Bacon, if there hadn't been mass immigration, like people would have, like, black people would marry white people and white people married black people, and the country would have stayed as English people. Okay? When the Norman invasion happened, what has the genetics of the country been? When the Vikings arrived, what has the country become? When the Angles and the Saxons and the Jutes, the country has changed. The country has changed. Batanai is here. They were sitting at a table asking people to debate them. Then some gum came from behind, turned the table over, smashed the camera. They held the attacker until the police came. And then the police arrested the guys. That's horrible. That's really horrible. These people have gotten so violent. That's what a revolution is. It starts like this. People arrived 5 minutes ago in a dinghy should not have the same rights as someone who can trace their British ancestry back 1,000 years. I'm not saying they should. Of course they shouldn't. They haven't come in legally. They haven't been invited, and they don't have the papers. And yeah, so I agree with that. Well, how is that different from what I'm saying? Where does Lewis Schaffer believe the line should be drawn? I think there should not be mass immigration into the country, number one. And I think number two, I think if people are invited to live in the country and the people want some immigration, then those people over time should be accepted. Should be accepted. Is that the right answer, Jedster? My daughter came home from school. She's doing media. They have been taught how bad and scary ICE are in America. And if we are not careful, the same thing will happen here. Yes, this is a dangerous situation we're in. Hold on a second. A dangerous situation we're in. Okay? Streaky Bacon says, and all of them invasions were by people of the same DNA. Not necessarily, no. They weren't of the same DNA, but over time, they melded in. You're not going to tell me that a Jute is the same DNA as a Celt, or all those dark people living in Ireland, whatever, Okay? No. Okay? Northern European, so it had very little effect on it. It's totally different invasion now and cannot be reversed if it proceeds. I agree with that completely. We don't want immigration. I agree with that. I mean, you guys have been denied your constitutional rights to decide on mass immigration. Oh, wait a second. You don't have a constitution. Keith Bexley. What does YH mean? What does YH mean, producer? The guy who got arrested was whining and being well cringed, to be fair. Not saying it was right, but kinda. Well, I mean, yeah, well, where did this happen? Remember, America's got 50 states and at least 100 major cities, and they all have different laws. It's the same DNA. Okay, you can believe it's the same DNA. You got blue-eyed people, you got brown-eyed people, you've got blonde-haired people, you got red-haired people. And what do you know? Red-haired people used to be a different genetic thing. People used to make fun of red-haired people because the Scottish people were red-haired, Picts, whatever. The far left are so violent, okay, that they can't stand people for having a debate. And 90% of the time, it would be a white liberal. Yes, it's always that way. It's an issue that's up for debate, but it seems like a fair answer to me, Lewis. Which is what? What was the answer that you're given? Your answer or my answer? I mean, I like white people, but you know what I mean? I like white people. Whose idea was it to invite millions of anybody into the country? Whose idea? Just as the working class of this country were getting a step ahead, all the white people, all the working class people, as you would call it. I think it was totally vicious and mean. It was hating of the people already here. Yeah, loads of English people have Irish and Scottish ancestors. Does not make them English. It's nuanced. You know what? Given enough time, maybe one generation, 2 generations, they don't think that they're Scottish. They're not going to war against... They're getting angry. I'm getting angry. They're not going to war against the English. Vatanai says, I was lucky when I taught history. I was able to devise my own lessons and topics. If I were teaching now, I'd have to follow the bullshit agenda or our bullshit agenda. Yeah. I like brown people too. But if they're suddenly letting in 20 million people from Norway or Germany, it would be the same thing. It would be the same thing. It would be disrespectful. Disrespectful. I like rattlesnakes, but I don't want... Streaky bacon, it's not don't, it's DON''T. Don't want them living with me. Well, not all of them are rattlesnakes. Some of them are lions, but you don't want them living... Or dogs, or cats, whatever. Chat, remember not to anger the egg too much. He might go ahead and annex us. It could happen there too. It could happen. Anything can happen. Anyway, listen to me. We're going to end the chat right now. Everybody, I want to thank all you people for joining. Kermit isn't here. Can you go to Ko-fi and maybe make a contribution if you feel up to it? It keeps this thing going. Or go to Patreon or PayPal. It keeps it going. Can you also like and subscribe? Can you also... Yeah, my children are mixed race. Are they English? Yes. Anyway. No, because the people that are coming in are not from the same economic and educational background as the people living here. That's why, and they don't have the same values. It was totally a mistake. Totally a mistake. That's what I believe. It wasn't a mistake. It was done on purpose. So I agree with that. Anyway, also, I'm going to read I'm going to thank you to everybody. Everybody, write down, the first person to write down, get ready, starting from 12. First person to write down, how many think the top number is? Yeah, everybody's half race. I'm half race too. I am half Brownsville, Brooklyn, and half East New York, Brooklyn. Okay. So here we go. Vatanai says 27. Okay, let me thank the people here. I'm going to thank the people. Girl from Mars. Spock the Ripper. Who are you? I didn't even see your name in there. 6 badges. Amy of M is here. Fantastic. Army of M is 22. Warmellian. Keith Bexley. Thank you. North, it's good to see North here. John Van Dam, you said something amazing before. Ulrich, fantastic. Maltese Phil, Makeshift, thank you very much for coming in. Everybody, why don't you put a picture? Put a picture instead of an N or a K or a J. Put a picture of yourself there, big headshot so I can see what you look like. Makeshift. Alex is 14. Caroline Cooper, so beautiful. Caroline Cooper. Mark the Rosian. He's half Armenian. MC Scott, thank you for coming in. MC AVB, that's also MC Scott. In between was Vatanai and Streaky Bacon. Thank you for coming. Beautiful Joodles was here. Darklands, beautiful Darklands. And then Janet and Jedster at number 4. Janet is number 3. You're so high up there. Number 2 is Mr. Cuff. And the winner, one of my favorites, I hope you feel better, is beautiful. I'm looking at you, Lucy Van Pelt. Beautiful. And so now let's check. I'm going to check to see what the top person is on the stream. On the stream. Okay. Let's go here. Then we got to go. We've got 23 people liking it. If you haven't liked it, just like it. Lewis is half race, half chips. It's a very important issue, the racial issue. They've made it. This Barack Obama, why he was the worst president ever. He just divided everybody instead of brought people together. We thought he was going to bring people together. North says Lucy is a queen. I am number 1. I didn't post that much. Maybe they knew how important you are. I'm half. I am mixed race, half Catholic, half Protestant. Yes, and you're all Irish. Let's see the winner here. What is the winner? Concurrent views. Been very, very balanced, but we've had the top number, according to this, has been 24. So has anybody said 24? I didn't say. Lucy Van Pelt says 25. Darkland says 25. I guess those are the winners because I said the winner was 24. So Darkland and Lucy again. Darkland and Lucy. And I'm going to tell you something. Maybe because your parents were half this and half that, that's why you were so competitive, Lucy Van Pelt, because you're competing with each other. People of different skin colors can never live together peacefully. You know what? That's like on the libertarian test. Did North say 24? He said 24. Well, did he say it before I said it? Yes, he did. He said it. Okay, North is the winner. North is the winner. Can you tell that Lucy is I can't say my favorite. That would be mean to you. But she's one of my favorites. And she knows it, and she takes advantage of it. She takes advantage. She doesn't like that I say she doesn't like it. She wants me to be mean to her. She wants me to be mean and rough and battle. Anyway, so this has been a great show. This has been the best show we've ever had. I'm going to keep the show going for 2 minutes. If I haven't said thank you, if I've forgotten your name, if somebody should have won something else. Okay, so North said 24. Lucy's a very fair person. Is a very, very fair person. But here is the deal. The deal is this. The deal is we'll see you tomorrow at 9, probably, because I got another day of filming, probably tomorrow at 9. It's going to be 9 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah, Dave Toby. Welcome, Dave. Okay, we'll see you soon. We'll see you